Hey everybody, I'm back. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Seems like the smog on the northeast finally kind of cleared up, and it's a pretty nice day out there. Definitely a little hotter and getting around to starting to feel like summer. So today I didn't get to play guitar too much. A little bit this morning, and I was actually playing a tune. I wanted to share it with you. Let me just go right into it. It's an old Duke Ellington song called In a Sentimental Mood. Here we go. Cool. Those are just the A sections of it. And I want to just throw this out here. I'm always trying to give you guys recommendations on things that have helped me in my learning journey. And I was ad-libbing using an arrangement out of a great book, even though looks like it's geared for beginners. It's called The First 50 Jazz Standards You Should Play on Guitar. It's not an ad or anything. It's just a book that I really like and enjoy, and I find the arrangements to be really good for people, not just beginner players, but I would say intermediate players. And I was pretty much playing that arrangement note for note with a little bit of ad-libbing because I like to do that. And that's sort of what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to just play things note for note when you're improvising, right? That's sort of the whole goal, is to use it as a template or a place to start from. So yeah, that's what's been happening in my life recently. I was thinking a little bit today, again, just thinking about some of my musical heroes, and we always talk about Charlie Parker and just his significance and how his influence runs through everything. And I wanted to do something different today. I know we play and we talk, and I wanted to actually read a quote from a book. And this might be something that I do going forward, is I just share what I'm checking out and maybe just give you guys a flavor for stuff. And then I think the goal here is to leave a comment. Let me know what I should check out. I'm here to learn. I'm not really here to just spread knowledge. I'm here to receive your knowledge as well. And that's what I look forward to. That's the whole point in me doing this, is to try to broaden my horizons and think about the greater community of guitar players and the collective knowledge that we all have, and that I think it should be shared because it's in the benefit of everybody. And so this is a really cool, I guess you could call it a biography of Charlie Parker by Stanley Crouch. It's called Kansas City Lightning, the Rise and Times of Charlie Parker. And Stanley Crouch, he passed away not long ago. He was one of our great jazz writers, I would say. I think he wrote for a lot of like the Village Voice, I think he wrote reviews for. I'm not an expert on him, but he wrote a great book. This was a book I think he had in progress for many years, and let's see, what did it get published? So it came out in, I want to say 2013, so just about 10 years old. I just want to read a quick quote. This is from page 19. I'm not that far along in it yet, but Stanley, he's a poet. He's not just a biographer in this. He's he has a very flowery writing style that I think is beautiful. So he's describing the way that Charlie Parker played and what he did. Like most jazz musicians, he had started by training his reflexes. When he heard a certain chord or a certain phrase, he knew exactly what his body had to do to relate. But that was the primitive, almost Pavlovian aspect of playing. What the improvising artist did was something different. He experienced time at the tempo of emergency, when the consciousness understood that in order to survive, as in an accident or when facing the threat of death, your perception had to be sharp enough to recognize every significant detail and put it to use. In that condition, everything slowed to a dreamlike pace and all was made available. The color and shape of things, the temperature, the angle from which you were looking, and a calm that transcended panic in favor of mobile decisions. It could be seen often in the glazing of the eyes, felt as a chill or a flash of heat, a humming in the blood. What a great way to describe what's going on, the intangible part of what's going on when someone is improvising, and how, when you're playing a fast tune, things are coming at you, and the tempo of emergency. That's something that'll stick with me. That I read that a few weeks ago, and I've been thinking about that. And really, what we're doing is we're trying to train our reflexes and trying to get the most out of our playing. So before I go, I was thinking that what I'd like to do is I'd like to kind of have a format where I just talk a little bit about maybe current events and then play something that I'm working on. Sort of just think of this as like I was going to say daily, but I'm not planning to do this daily. Just my journal of where I'm at in a video format. And I encourage everyone to do this, no matter what level you're at or what level of sophistication you think you have with recording. And I learned it. I taught myself. It was frustrating at first to figure all this out, but over time there's so many resources online to learn this. But you should do this. You'll be happy you did it years from now. I think you'll look back, and it's a learning process. That's the thing. The goal is not just to get my voice out there, but it's to preserve what I'm doing right now so I can reflect on it at a later time and see where I've gone, and that'll help me figure out where I need to go next in terms of my musical journey. Yeah, so I encourage you all to share your story. Share your music. What is music if it's not shared? I was thinking about this the other day, like somebody like Charlie Parker, he recorded a lot, but think of all the things that just were played, that he played back in the 40s and the 50s. They were never recorded. They're in the ether, they're in the air. They're in a way, they're gone forever. But if you kind of get into that idea that there's an energy out there that maybe they're not, there's still a reverberation from all that. So I think recording is it's kind of a double-edged sword. It takes a little bit to get comfortable with it, but I think at the end of the day, you're probably going to be happy you did this as you get older. Probably going to be happy that you could see your journey and relive it and look back on it. And that's just my opinion. You might think differently. It's important to know why you're doing something. Cool. Alrighty. Yeah, and so the format, like I said, it's just going to be intro. I'll play something. Will be the second part. The third part will be maybe share a quote from a book or something like that. And the fourth part is I might just share a quick little lick that I want to show you. So this is a little very easy blues guitar lick I've been working on, and it's just straight out of the kind of the pentatonic minor. So say you're in the key of B flat, and you might play something like this. So there's really two phrases. It's the you can bend that if you want. Maybe the more appropriate way to do it for jazz is to slide up from the 9th fret to the 10th fret. And then the second half of it is kind of a nice little hammer-on motion there. So let me break it down for you. It's going to be on the 6th fret of B and the 8th fret of B. And then now go over to the high E string on fret 6. So there's 3 notes, 6, 8, 6. And we always do the tab here just so we can be accessible to everybody, whether you read music or not. So 6th fret of B, 8th fret of B, go over to the E string 6th fret, high E 9th fret. And you can slide it to the 10th fret, because remember, if you're on B flat 7, you're getting that nice major third in the melody there. So that could be the lick right there, but I don't want to stop there. I want to show you a little more. Let's do those notes. That's going to be the 5th fret of B. I'm sorry, the 6th fret of B. And then I was thinking it's the perfect 5th interval on that chord. So the 6th fret of B of the B string, and then the 6th fret of the E string. I just roll the index finger with a bar. Okay. So we're gonna go 6, 6, and then go back over to the B string on the 6 again. Now pinky's gonna come in on the 9th fret here. So roll the finger to get those 3 notes, then the pinky on the 9th fret of G. And then we're gonna do a little blues scale thing here. We're going to actually slide the 9th fret of the G down to the 8th fret of the G, and then pull off to the 6th fret of the G. So here it is so far. And then that ended on the 8th fret of the D string. Let me do it and say it. 6, 6, 6, 9, slide to 8, pull off to 6 of G, 8th fret of D. And then the last little bit here is the 8th fret of G, 6th fret, hammer onto the 7th. So we're enclosing the 7th fret. We're going all on the same string, 8, 6, 7. So here's the whole second part of the lick. All right, so here's the whole thing. You're gonna kind of pause. So if it's in time. Yeah, I mean, you can use that in jazz blues or bluesy blues, as I like to call it, rock blues, Chuck Berry blues, maybe. You know, I'm not going to go into Chuck Berry right now. That's a whole other video. So yeah, one more time. Here's a little lick. Be sure to articulate it. That's everything. Is that the dynamics that you use? The great players use dynamics profusely. They are always playing dynamically. They're never forgetting about loud and soft sounds and contrast. And also staccato and playing notes short. You can do. Like, it changes the whole feel, right? Maybe don't do that because that's going to be a slide down. You could do it. That's what makes you, is how you choose to do the articulations and how you choose to present yourself in terms of balancing your loud and your soft sounds and your slides. And the way that your fingers are different than mine. Think about how they make contact with the guitar. Think about how you use your whole body. Think about how you're sitting. Try to feel every muscle in your body as you play. And then also let your mind be at ease after you've done that exercise of feeling all the way from your feet up to your hands, to your shoulders, to all the neck muscles that tend to tighten up for people. But let yourself relax completely. That's the whole point of somebody telling you to be aware of every muscle. It's so that you can then take the second half of that advice and relax every muscle appropriately. Of course, there's some tension while playing. That's why I recommend that people study classical guitar as well. I really enjoyed studying classical because you got a lot of that technical aspect and the anatomy and the physiology of playing, and it gets you thinking about stuff that you just wouldn't be thinking about if you didn't do that style of instruction. So I'll leave you guys with that. I don't want the video to go too long. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for subscribing. I've gotten probably like I want to say over 30% increase in subscribers in the last month. It's really impressive. I don't know what it is, but thanks for checking me out and being here and hearing my story. So continue your journey and write your story.